This is E-Commerce Uncensored. Brought to you by Fast Forward. We're coming to you fully loaded and exposed with all the strategies and techniques for growing your e-commerce business.
Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. This is episode number 171. My name's Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
Well, kind of here with, except on a Zoom call for the last 300 days, 3,000 days.
You know, Kevin, I don't know if you know this. Actually, you do. I think I told you. Like, we're legally allowed to go back to the office in phase 2.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that, and I feel like it was kind of up to your own discretion to go back, and I think we should. I think the plan is July, right? I think right now, just to
but now
have
I'm
a
hearing,
start date.
Yeah, but I am hearing that Memorial Day there have been some spikes. I don't know. Take that for what it's worth, but
I don't know. Stay home if you're nervous. I don't know what to say, but
I'm not. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to getting back. And might not be every day, but at least we'll have some other interaction with humans other than our families,
right.
Which is kind of driving me nuts.
Yeah. So, Kevin, today's topic is something that we touched in the past. But as we're going through this Facebook experience that we're having, right, where we are literally taking our business and it's kind of like exploding through Facebook ads. We're spending a lot of money every day. We fluctuate between $2,500 a day to $3,000 a day. And naturally, during that time, we're going to get the natural ebbs and flows of these ups and downs of things doing really well and then things sort of tailing off a little bit. And as we go through this, we're learning a lot. We have clients that we work with, obviously, but we usually work with maybe one or two aspects of their business, not like all of the business, right? Some of them we do, but for the most part, we're doing Facebook ads, we're doing email. We do have some clients that we're doing everything for, but for the most part, it's like we're concentrating on one thing, so we don't really see the whole picture. Where now we do see the whole picture. And recently, our ads started kind of fading a little bit, and we changed this one thing. I added like one word, if you want to call it that, and it changed everything. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, we have to speak about what, Kevin?
The ultimate e-commerce marketing platform for email and SMS, and that is Klaviyo. Klaviyo has been a lifesaver for us, and it can do some amazing things for your business too. It's a complete platform for gathering emails, communicating, and building relationships with your customers.
Yeah, and the thing about Klaviyo that we say this a lot. Like when our ads aren't doing well on Facebook, we just send an email, right? I get emails all the time saying that we send too many emails. And I like getting that email because that means that we're doing our job, right? And there is a direct correlation between your sales and how many emails you send.
Absolutely. And I honestly don't think we could ever send too many emails. And if you go to klaviyo.com/uncensored, that's KLAVIYO.com, you can sign up for a free account over there. And you can also, I'm going to look up, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit here, Jason.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk to you about this other thing that they have going on over there, and I can't remember the URL. What's that?
Thing with Jake?
No, they're doing a program for existing customers with Klaviyo.
A giveaway
to win like 25 grand. They also have other different
prizes.
I can't remember. I'm going to look this up and I'll tell you guys at the end of the podcast what the URL is, but it's basically you tell your brand story and they pick a winner and the winner gets $25,000 in cash. and it's a pretty cool program, and it's cool that they're involving like these kind of promos for existing customers. So you got to check that out too.
Yeah. So go to klaviyo.com/uncensored, sign up for your free account. You'll get you can import up to 250 subscribers. If you're not using Klaviyo right now, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. You're probably on something like, I don't know, MailChimp or one of the other places that don't really give you all the data. So you need data. Data is king. You have to get the data. So go there, check them out, sign up. Now, something else that we're doing, Kevin, is we're doing a beta course for Facebook ads. If you go to ecommerceuncensored.com/truth, you can sign up. And for a short period of time, we open up the cart and you can get on in for a third of the price that it's going to be once it officially launches. And I show you, Kevin, you don't really know much about this course. You don't even think you've seen
I saw the first video and I loved it.
The first video. I'm taking them behind the scenes, Kevin, and I'm showing them everything. I don't even hide our brand. They can see and go to our brand and see everything that I'm doing. And look, there was a time, Kevin, that we had some success with Facebook ads and then we didn't. And then this thing is straight up, no BS. You get all the stuff, no fluff. Everything is removed. I show you exactly what we were doing before and exactly what we're doing now. And I show you what's working, what's not working, what you should test. So go to ecommerceuncensored.com/truth.
And we played around with the idea of doing Facebook courses like this for, the last 3 years. We've put our toe in a few times, and I'm really glad that we kind of waited till now when we have this kind of data.
More qualified.
Yes, much more qualified to give out this kind of information. And it's real life stuff because we've been in the thick of this thing.
And dude, you know what, man? One thing that is interesting is that when we work with our clients, we love them, obviously, but we have to create offers that they want us to create, right? Because they have to be profitable. So they have to, whereas with this product, we make the offer up and there aren't any limitations. So I can test anything and I can change anything on the landing pages and I can, do anything I want, which makes it much easier for me to get results. So I show you exactly what we're doing, exactly what we're spending. And look, the truth is when you spend more money, you can see patterns much quicker.
Yeah.
Right?
And the fact that to your point about the client work and doing the things, we're kind of told what to do. And to some extent that kind of ties into what we want to talk about today, I think, because, we've been in situations with clients that, we don't have any choice but to go by their guidelines of how their offers should lay out. I mean, we have things are changing a little bit, but to start, it was like, we're going to run this offer for 3 months. We're going to have the same offer for 3 months, and we're going to try to promote this for 3 months to kind of a small email list, to be honest with you as well. But when you think about that, when you step back and look at that, you're like, okay, you send it out 3 months. You're saying it's going to expire in 3 months. What is going to give that person any kind of motivation to take action at that point when they have 3 months to change their mind or decide? And then in some aspects, you lose them at some point along.
Well, we have experienced that with our own stuff, right? Like we're running an offer right now. We're doing a giveaway right now that's been running since January. And people are posting on our ads now. They're like, when are you going to give this thing away? When are you going to give this thing away? And we see that, it starts getting fatigued.
How crazy is that? Or stupid, should I say that is, that we've been preaching about this kind of thing since we came up with the 5 keys to email. And you can download that on our website, ecommerceuncensored.com. But it's a PDF that outlines the 5 key points of your email campaigns.
Right. And urgency is one of them.
Urgency is one of them. Make sure there's a close deadline to the end of your offer.
Right. And
we didn't listen to ourselves.
Well, no, that's not true. We had no choice because we were giving something away of great value and we weren't sure how it was going to take. Now, I believe it's illegal, Kevin. to pay for the prize with subscriptions. And we did not do that.
We did not do that. Reiterate that.
But
there are several things that are illegal with raffles and such that we learned about during this process.
We did have to recoup. So that's why we ran it longer. But the point is that now we have 1 month left before we give this thing away. And I put the date of the giveaway, and we are clearly seeing now, we're not seeing more money. We are seeing more orders. The average order value has gone down because people are just trying to get in for the giveaway. But clearly the number of orders are jumping. I mean,
oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that number, that we were actually getting more orders and less money. And I can see why that would be. People are just, because we have 2 levels that you can join our product for, $97 level and $297 level. So people are just excited to get in and just spending that $97, which is a yearly subscription, and then probably are looking to probably cancel after the contest or at the end of their first year subscription.
Or just wanting to try it out. I mean, like today we already have 21 orders. So, like at this time, 21 orders is a lot. Let's just put it that way. Right now it's 1:45 on the East Coast when we're recording this. So, this is going to be like a 40 order day, probably.
It's very interesting to me when I look at the landing page that you did and the minor tweaks that maybe we do in the email, because from my standpoint, I don't really ever realize that I consume as much information as there are on landing pages, and how like little lines of copy can make such a huge difference. I mean, we saw it when we did, I was skeptical when we did the COVID-19 donation stuff, because it was really just a sentence, not really it was highlighted actually, the text, but it's not like a big presentation that we made. And I'm learning that people who go to these landing pages really are reading, and
the ones who buy read. The ones who don't buy, they don't read. Like you, if you didn't read it, you probably wouldn't buy it. But yeah, I mean, when COVID hit, our sales got killed. Mm-hmm. And then what do? We'll be donating 10% of our profits to COVID relief. Boom, right back. Everything just went right back to normal. And, I didn't have the date on this giveaway on the landing page because it was too far away. It was going to hurt us more than it was going to help. Like if in January, I'm like, hey, we're giving away something in July, people are like, I'll wait.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So now that the giveaway is happening, in a couple of weeks, we're getting people who are now seeing July 1st and are getting in. Same thing with our emails, Kev. I mean, I know the client you're referring to when you in the open, they'll tell us like, hey, I'm going to run this offer for, 4 or 5 months. And we're like, like it's not going to do what we want it to do. And we don't put that in the email. We don't put any urgency. We don't put any scarcity in the email. And what happens? They don't work as well. But the minute you tell people, hey, this is the last day, they start buying.
Yeah, we don't even in this situation, we're running the order offer for 3 months. We don't even do too many emails while this is, well, they have also a mail or a printed material that they send out in mass quantities,
which you've been working on.
That's part of it. Yeah, we're working on that as well. But we really don't do a whole lot of emails promoting the offer that's in these catalogs that run for three months. We wait till the last week of the offer before we actually start pushing the offer, just because we know like people will buy, they'll get orders here and there, but really no one's going to be that motivated to buy it at that point. So that's why you have to that should be one key part of your emails every single time. Put an end date to your offer. And in some cases, I like to do countdown timers in some of the Facebook campaigns that we run that show a countdown timer of when that offer is going to end, just to give that urgency feel to people, so they feel like they have to do it now or they're going to have that fear of missing out, which is huge. We know that nobody likes missing out on opportunity.
I just got an offer from, I just bought Copywriting Secrets from Russell Brunson. Jim Edwards is the guy who's doing it, but he works with Russell. And
the guy with like the older guy with the
beard. Yeah. He wears like unicorn.
I always wonder what he does. He's like always on his video calls and shit.
Yeah. So he actually had nothing to do with Russell, but he said the story I believe happened is like he called up Russell and was like, look, I'm a copywriter and I think I have a really good addition to your stuff. And he just kind of like became part of the team, but kind of on his own, but he's part of the team. It's a little weird, but
man, I'd love to have a copywriter, to be honest. Wouldn't you, to have somebody that we could rely on to do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they're expensive.
You're kind of like training yourself a little bit, but it's like a whole nother thing.
It's a whole nother thing. But I bought his book, and then he upsold me to a program for $97. And then I got it. I'm like, I was going to do it. I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then I got an email saying, not an email. Then I logged into my account and it said, join this program for $127. So I missed out on a $97 offer, and it was $197. I'm like, shit, I should have just bought it for $97. But
well, that's a good point too. And when you're talking about urgency in your campaigns, be real about it.
Right.
Don't say you have 10 minutes to buy this at $97 and then send an email, a day later and say, oh, here it is again for $97. That just feels non-authentic to me. Right. And in the long term isn't a good strategy to have.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, you can have urgency, and look, you can for example, you can open up a cart for 48 hours at different times, but for that person, the cart only opens up for 48 hours. So for example, that upsell that they were giving me, it's not closed to everybody, but it's closed to me.
Right.
I no longer can get that at $97, but that's still going. Same thing with our Facebook course. When you get on our list, you get an email saying, look, 48 hours, you can get it for this price. After that, you can't get it for the price anymore. It's not closing for everybody else, but for you, it's open for 48 hours.
It's kind of like an evergreen kind of program where it just keeps resetting. As soon as you sign up, then the clock starts ticking for that person.
Exactly. Because look, I don't want to sell it for the price that we're selling it at, but I'm just getting people in at an introductory price that will allow them to give me feedback that will help me with the course. So I give a discount, but after 48 hours, they're not getting it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be like, okay, it's 48 hours and you're lying to everybody. It's 48 hours for them.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Our emails, like I said, the same thing, man. Like if we don't put any urgency in our emails, they just don't do as well.
Yeah. Any kind of direct message to tell them exactly what they have to do, exactly when they have to do it. They don't have that motivation to do it. So, and I'm looking forward to like this even like the last week of June, because we're selecting this winner the 1st of July. That last week, I mean, we're going to be hardcore. I'm sure we should be ready for it, because we should be sending emails every day, twice a day, at that last moment, make sure everybody who from January till now that had thought about getting in and thought about that lens, they've been just waiting till the last moment to buy.
Right.
And those are the key moments to make sure you're on top of that stuff.
Yeah. And we definitely see, like, when we use urgency in anything, it's not just like emails, but if we use it in anything, they work better. And I would suggest, if you're going to use it, make sure it's one of the first things they read. So for example, what we just did for our wildlife thing is it's literally in the first sentence. So at the top, it'll say, we're giving away a lens. And then right below it, it says, on July 1st, we're giving away a lens to a lucky subscriber of the Journal of Wildlife Photography, whatever. It's like, I know they're going to read at least the first couple sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in our emails. Most of the time, we'll put it at the top, but sometimes we'll put it underneath the button because we know that they're going to look at the button. We do it all the time in our subject lines too, like 24 hours remaining.
Last chance.
Last chance. I mean, urgency works. Urgency works. And I think
final hours, all these words trigger emotions.
Yeah. Black Friday, 12 hours left, ending now, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, man. Like when you're sending the amount of traffic that we do, to our landing pages, you learn quite quickly, minor changes, right? Like when I put that date on there, I didn't have to wait that long to see, oh my God, okay, more, orders are starting to come in a lot faster now. It's nice.
I'm working on a landing page now for one of our clients, a really long sales page for a product. And just like I'm going through, as I'm laying it out, I'm getting to the offer section. And just by adding, limited time offer is going to make all the difference, because even though, we're going to be running a campaign probably for, as long as it can perform, but to put that thought in their head that it's limited time for them at that moment will push them over the edge to buy at that point. If they're kind of like thinking about, oh, this might end soon, I might miss out. So little words like that can totally, you got somebody and you're coming.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, I'm doing a podcast. I can't talk to you. Like he said, I got headphones on, I'm talking into the mic, and he's like, we got to move the cars. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Throw the keys at him.
He's holding the baby. You got to see my brother, right? He's holding the baby. Like he's a big giant guy. Holding the baby, got the thing over his shoulder. He's walking around telling me I got to move the cars. I don't know.
That's got to be quite a scene.
Yeah, it is quite a scene. I wish I could show you.
That's great. So urgency, that's basically what we're driving at here. And we've seen firsthand that now that our offers are coming up to the final stretch here, just by adding certain little terms here and there, certain sentences are having like massive effects on
and little things, not just all big things. Again, adding, on July 1st, not much in that.
Have you put anything in the ads at all?
No, I did think about that. I wasn't going to do it until I refreshed the ads, because they're going right now, and like I'd have to stop everything. And so,
yeah, it just came to my mind. Just thought I'd ask.
We don't really have a click problem. It's like, it's more of the, like the conversion side of things. So it's kind of what I go back and forth with. I don't, in this campaign, with this business, I don't think the ad is doing much other than getting people to the landing page. I mean, there are some brands like, like Revere, where their video really does help the click or help the sale a lot.
Right.
This brand, it's more like just get them over to the landing page.
Gotcha.
So it's been something I've been battling with. It's something I've been thinking about. I just, our ads, like yesterday, our Facebook ads got 21 orders. That's good. The day before, it got 24 orders. Yesterday we spent $2,400, I think, and we got back $4,600. So I just don't like messing around when I see that kind of
short-term ads too don't usually work that well. Like if you're running a week-long campaign and you're going to just have a campaign for that time period, they don't have enough time to really.
They're not going to get out of that learning phase.
Right.
That learning phase takes 7 days. So, we're coming down to the nitty-gritty right now with 2 weeks left before we give this thing away. I just,
yeah, I hear you.
Just haven't pulled the trigger on that. When I got something working, I just try not to disrupt it.
Yeah, when you can make those little optimizations on the landing page, like what the hell? If you're getting people there at a cheap enough price, like what's the difference if you're able to communicate that on the landing page? So
exactly. So, guys, make and then there's another lesson in this real quick, Kev. Is like it's really easy to get complacent when something is working, right? But there's always something you can tweak or change. Today, I started with a new audience you saw, right, in Facebook. Just trying things and changing things and adding things and removing things. And, I'm not real big on changing button colors and all that other nonsense. But like, sometimes just changing things that are very small can give you a huge, huge return. And, obsessing over your landing pages and obsessing over your offer and obsessing over these things, will put you in a position to know, when an opportunity comes to you, when you have the right offer, when you have the right message, when you have the right things. Like right now, for us, it's so easy to know when our ads are working and when they're not. If I run an ad and I spend $100 and I don't have one sale, I know that there's something wrong. I just turn it off, because I know that our cost of acquisition is around $50, $60. So if even at $100, if I'm spending $100 and nobody has purchased, it's not a good audience, right? Because we have an offer that's working. Now, I probably at some point can try different messages for different audiences, but to me, that's a whole nother testing thing. That's a whole nother starting from scratch. I don't want to do that. We have something that's working. I want to just try to figure out how to tweak it a little bit to just get a couple more sales. And the truth is, Kev, right now, we're not doing the highest numbers per se, but we're not spending as much, and our return is pretty good. So we could spend $3,000 a day and only get back $5,000. We made $2,000. Or I could spend $2,300, $2,400 and get $4,600 or $4,800, and it's the same.
Right.
It's the same thing.
So how can these wonderful people who are listening to us get more information about exactly what you're talking about and follow along with what you're doing?
Right. Join the course, ecommerceuncensored.com/truth. And then, guys, the next course I'm doing, because everybody keeps asking for, is going to be an email course, and you better believe it's going to be in Klaviyo. So you got to go to don't go to e-commerce uncensored. Go to klaviyo.com/uncensored. Sign up for free. Import 250 subscribers and check out the platform. You could see all your money, cha-ching, cha-ching, kind of rolling up there at the top.
I love when I can go in there and I look at a person and see exactly what they've done through their since they subscribed with us. I just love that. And all the data that they give you from their lifetime value, their predictive analysis, all that stuff is in there. And I have that URL for that contest that they're running now. It's klaviyo.com/owned growth stories. So over there, you can submit your brand story, tell them how you owned your marketing, owned your growth, and you can win up to $25,000 in cash. And there's some other, levels of prizes as well in there. So go check that out.
Yep.
All right, cool, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been episode 171. As always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.